welcome back to my channel. Kina Mapalomaku. For my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing, and for my tribe, thank you so much and welcome. So today, I know I haven't done a video, I think in about 2 weeks now, so I thought today let me just do a quick video on the 6 money traps to avoid in your 20s and 30s. But I think people in their 40s and 50s still, fall into these traps. So really, yeah, money traps to avoid basically. So I started with number 6, and the reason why I wrote them down, guys, it's school holidays, my son is sleeping, which means I don't have that much time to talk. So because, when he wakes up, yeah, any parent will know that you just don't get a moment to yourself. So I'm just gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. Okay, so number 6, avoid revolving debt. So that is your credit card, that is your overdraft. Those things, guys, are traps. They are just one big trap that will keep you from reaching your financial goals. When you have debt, so let's say you're paying off a credit card, or you are carrying credit card debt or overdraft, you just keep on going back to this thing. It's like just one vicious cycle that doesn't end. And the interest rates that are charged on some of this credit card and overdraft is just ridiculous. And banks, the way they get you, they'll say, okay, once you start paying it off a little bit quicker, so let's say you're putting in extra, and which you should be doing. If you put in extra, all of a sudden, obviously the interest rate now will get charged on a smaller amount. But instead of paying what you were initially paying, so let's say on a month-to-month basis you're used to paying 2,000, but you put a lump sum in there. All of a sudden, instead of sticking to the 2,000 that you could afford in the beginning, now it goes to like 1.3, 1.5, or whatever the amount is. So when you find yourself being able to pay it off a bit faster, which I really encourage, try to stick to the normal, or if it was 2,000 that you were paying, try to stick to that so you do pay it off quicker. Okay, then the 5th one, I know this one seems very obvious, but you have no idea how many people have fallen for this. Literally, I almost fell for this myself. Don't fall for scams, guys. Just, when you fall for a scam, you're literally just volunteering for your money to get stolen. That's exactly what you're doing. I will tell you a story. So one of my family members, they know what I do for a living. They know that I'm into personal finance, and I talk about the financial services industry, that sort of thing. And she was in love with Triple M. She was like, you know what, I'm not saying let's put all our money into it, just a little bit. And literally, even I felt like, maybe 1,000 won't hurt, or 2,000, and also because I'm not a risk averse person. I like taking quite a bit of risk, but within reason, of course. This is spelled disaster all over it, but thankfully I didn't. But I know friends and family who did go for Triple M, and they were saying, I don't care if I lose the money, I'm just gonna try my luck. So that desire to make money and make it quick, guys, gets the best of us. And they never saw their money. And I say, if you had just put it into an exchange traded fund and just left it, you wouldn't have lost your money. Probably you would have gained a little bit more on your investment. So now you've just flushed your money down the drain. So avoid scams. If it's too good to be true, or if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Okay, that's just not limited to Ponzi schemes. It's also these people buying, they will educate you how to trade forex. And you know what, guys, there are serious forex traders out there. There are people who do it professionally, who have studied this, who have educated themselves about this. But most of the time, these forex people on Facebook are just big scams. Okay, give me 15,000, I will teach you. No, it doesn't work like that. With anything that you want to learn, you have to educate yourself or pay a professional. Okay, and most of these forex people on Facebook are not professionals. They are just there to take your money and run. So avoid scams. The fourth one, right? My handwriting is so bad, guys. Oh, okay. The fourth one, that I say it's a money trap because people avoid it until it's too late, and that is putting money away for retirement. Whether it's with the pension or pension fund or provident fund with your employer, or even if it's a tax-free savings account, just do that. And I know some people don't like retirement annuities or don't like preservation funds or like any form of retirement funding. But, for me, I feel like for most people, their first form of saving is through an employer. Most people would have never saved a cent at all, even if it wasn't for a pension or provident fund. People would delay saving, people would delay investing if they didn't have that first point of reference, who's their employer. So I feel very strongly that even if you know that you're going to be rich, you have a magic cloak that tells you, or your work ethic, or just that you're putting in the work, still put some money aside for retirement, because you just never know. For me, it's like a safety net for retirement. If you become rich, fantastic. I think we're all gonna be rich, but then you just have extra money. But if not, it's a 50-50 thing. If not, then you know that you do have some sort of savings for your future. When you don't want to work as hard, you probably won't even be enough if you don't really focus on it. So, if you have an employer pension or provident fund, try to see if you can increase it. If you have a tax-free savings account, or if you don't have a tax-free savings account, which you should, how many times does Saj say whatever you invest, you're going to get out and you won't pay tax? Very rare. So, do think about the future. That's all I'm saying. That was number 4. Number 3. It's actually a big one. Number 3 and number 2 are quite big because as young people, we want to buy property, we want to drive cars, all sorts of things, which are lovely, but people normally don't do the affordability analysis. Oh no, I want this house in this area, this is how much it's going to cost. I think I can afford 20,000 per month. I can afford 10,000 per month. So people make decisions like this. Oh no, I think I can afford 10,000. I think I can afford 20,000. But what they forget, and people will look at a bond, 20,000, 10,000, 30,000, but what people forget to take into consideration are all the other costs of home ownership. It is a lot, okay? Maintenance, you're not going to call a landlord and say this is broken. You're going to have to fix it yourself. There's a burst what do you call it now, like a tap is not working or something, you have to fix it yourself. Lights are not working, you have to fix it yourself. Like everything falls on you. There's rates and taxes, there's like it's a lot, okay? So when you're thinking about affordability, don't think about just the bond or the mortgage that you pay per month. Think about the entire picture, of owning a property, which also kind of speaks to trap number 2, balloon payment. If you did not watch my last video, please go. Balloon payment, you're basically driving around in a car that you cannot afford. We want to drive the best cars, nothing wrong with that, but do it within your affordability. Please go back, watch that video. I'll put it into in the link somewhere. I'll put the link somewhere there, so you can go back and watch it. Why a balloon payment is a bad, it's a trap. It's a trap, okay? And the very first one of the money traps to avoid is lifestyle creep. What do I mean by lifestyle creep? With every pay increase, with every if you're a freelancer, the more money you make, like literally every time your income increases, so does your lifestyle. That's the quickest way to get broke, actually. That's what happens with a lot of people, and especially if you're in your 20s, your university, all you were used to eating was samosas and that spring roll. People who went to UJ and vets will tell you about this, that spring roll that is cheap. And now, you get your first paycheck, you don't entertain spring rolls anymore. Now you're eating at the fanciest restaurants all the time. Nothing wrong with that again, but keep your expenses low. Live within your means. Don't increase your life, the type of lifestyle that you live with every single increase that comes your way. Do think about investments. Think about things that are going to give you a return. I think when you think about finances, definitely for me, I always think about what return am I going to get out of this. If I'm spending money here, what return am I going to get out of it? And is the return short-lived? Because some things are just nice to have. If it's shoes, it's nice to have. I'm going to get a return of enjoying them at that moment, looking good in them. But with like the bigger picture, what return am I going to get on this in the long term? So just think about that for yourself, and don't let lifestyle creep steal from you. You're effectively stealing from yourself. With every pay increase now, the house must get bigger, the car must get bigger. When are you going to save? When are you going to get a return on your investment? And it must be tangible at some point. With shoes, it's tangible. It's fun to wear them. By the way, I'm not wearing shoes right now, but after some time, that feeling of having new shoes wears off. Whereas with an investment, I know that it's working for me. Even when I'm asleep, I know my investments are working for me. I know when I open up my account, I know I'll see green. Just think about the return on the investment. If it's a car, if it's an expensive car that's really just got you paying an arm and a leg, what return on investment are you getting from this? Is it a return that you can point to even 2-3 years later? Or would that novelty of owning this thing would it have worn off? So yes, guys, so those are the 6 money traps that you should avoid. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Tell me some of the money traps that you have avoided, because we all have experienced all these decisions, or which money traps have you fallen for, and what are you doing about it? So let's have a conversation, let's engage. Please do leave comments. I always respond, and please, if you're watching for the first time, welcome, and please do remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I will see you soon, tribe. Bye.